Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are doing great today. This is Chris from VerrilloTrading. I wanted to make a video talking about my platform, data fees, and costs. So let's do it. This video is actually going to be a precursor to a longer video that I'm making to come out this weekend, which is going to be about the best tools for a scalper. So definitely stay tuned for that video because I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth and showing you the tools that I use that give me an edge in today's markets. All of that is subjective because I'm basing it on my own experiences, right? So just because something is working for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you about platform monthly costs and what I use and why. So let's get into it right now. If you enjoyed this content, smash like on the video. Let's get it. Basically, I use two platforms. I use Jigsaw for my depth of market, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. And I use Sierra charts for charts, primarily these types of charts right here. So these are called numbers, bars, or footprint charts. And over here is a range chart. And you can get a range chart on most other charting platforms, but actually there are some intuitive features in Sierra charts that I find really change the game and give you a bit of an edge. So that's why I use it. Now, that being said, some people will ask, well, if you switch to Sierra, why don't you just use Sierra's DOM to execute trades? And that's a very good question, and I will answer you with my opinion. And I also want you to go and do your own research. Go and look at some recordings of Sierra charts depth of market and look at it in comparison to the speed of my depth of market here, which is CQG going into Jigsaw. And you will notice that there's a lot more updates on Jigsaw's DOM versus Sierra charts. So it updates slower. It's not that it's laggy, it just updates less. And I believe that for a scalper, you want to see the most updates as possible of the bid and ask spread. You want to see which prices are bid, which prices are offer, which prices attempted to offer, etc. The most amount of updates of the inside bid and offer, that's, in my opinion, the most useful thing for reading the tape. That's why I use Jigsaw for my DOM, because it's much faster. Some of you are going to say, hey Chris, I know you're an affiliate for Jigsaw, so you're obviously going to support their product. Well, look, I use their product because it's probably one of the best out there for retail traders. There are other platforms that compare to it, like Trader. You can definitely do your research on them. I will say one thing, that there's a certain feature in Jigsaw's platform that I am going to mention in the video coming up this weekend. It's a certain feature that, in my opinion, changes the game completely for traders who scalp in faster markets like NASDAQ futures or crude oil. And stay tuned for that video on the weekend. I'm going to demonstrate that feature, and I am a believer that that feature alone is worth the $50 a month execution fee for Jigsaw's platform. So again, the question was, why don't you use Sierra charts DOM to execute? The answer is because it is much slower than Jigsaw's. You could replicate this DOM setup exactly on Sierra chart. I have the price, the bid and the offer, and the current trades being displayed right next to a time and sales, and off to the right of that I have the delta of the current move. If you don't know anything about what I just said, I don't know what you're doing on this video. You should definitely go watch the Basics of Order Flow by No BS Day Trading on YouTube, and also go watch How to Read a DOM by Fat Cat on YouTube. Okay, so now that you understand what platforms I'm using, let's get into the costs of all these platforms. Sierra chart is $25 if you have an account with AMP. If you don't, you can pay them, and it's $36 a month for the Sierra chart package 5. The reason you need package 5 is because you need numbers, bars, or footprint charts, basically these things right here. Now, if you don't know what these things are, then I don't even know why you're watching this video. The next thing is the Jigsaw live execution fee. Jigsaw is a platform that you buy it and then you own it forever. You get a lifetime license that you can use on 2 PCs at the same time. You own the platform forever, including any new features that they add in the future. Now, the thing is, in order to execute live trades from the platform Jigsaw Daytradr, they have something called a live trading license, which you need to pay, and it's $50 a month. I'm going to explain to you the value behind this $50 a month right now. So it includes this thing called Journalytics. This platform, Journalytics, in my opinion, is an extremely helpful tool for traders, because not only does it journal all of your trades, entries and exits, the time, how many ticks onside you were, how many ticks offside you were, but you can also categorize each of your trades into playbooks and then measure your performance based on these playbook trades that you've created. Basically, it's a tool that will help you to constantly fine-tune your trading method to adapt to the conditions of the market. And I've noticed a great improvement in my overall results. I always review my results in Journalytics, and it helps me to identify if I should be tightening my stop, widening my stop, having wider profit targets, etc. So basically, it helps you adjust your risk to reward. because you're able to easily look at all of your trading results over X amount of period of time. So just to make it nice and simple, I believe that Journalytics on its own is worth the $50 a month. And that feature that I keep talking about, one click trailing your stop in faster market conditions, that feature on its own is also worth the $50. Next comes market data. Now, market data is going to depend on which markets you trade. I personally only trade in the equity index futures, that being NASDAQ and S&P. All I need is CME level 1 and level 2, which costs $11. And then of course you have a choice between a few different data providers, and I've done tests on these different data providers. Go and watch my video that I did, CQG versus Rhythmic. For me, based on where I'm located and whatnot, CQG is the clear winner in terms of the updating of the bid and ask spread, but maybe Rhythmic's faster for you wherever you are. So let's do a little bit of math to calculate what's going on here. So we got Sierra chart plus Jigsaw plus market data. Now here's something that's kind of annoying. The fact that I use two platforms, I actually need an extra CQG connection because CQG doesn't allow you to connect to two platforms at the same time. So I added an extra connection to my account and it costs $10 a month. The thing about that is that you also need to pay for market data on that second connection. Now, at least what is very good is that on my second connection, which connects to Sierra charts, I do not need market depth. I only need level 1 tick data to populate these numbers bars and the range charts. So I don't have to pay for level 2 data. So now let's calculate the total cost of my market data and see what's going on here. So the market data on my first CQG connection is $11 because it's $1 for level 1 and $10 for level 2. The market data for my second CQG connection is only $1 a month for CME level 1. All of that plus another 10 for the CQG extra connection equals to a total of $97 a month. That's what I pay for platform costs and market data every single month. In the video coming up this weekend, I'm going to be explaining you a little bit more details about some of these tools that give me an edge as a scalper in these markets. The way I see it, guys, this is the cost of doing business. Professionals need to pay for professional tools. I personally would not be able to trade NQ without a footprint chart right now, simply because of the nature of these markets and the way they auction around. We have balance, imbalance, fair value is constantly shifting around all day long. And if you're unable to see where immediate fair value is, then you're missing out on a big part of what's actually going on in the market, which is why I need those numbers bars. So that's the end of the story, guys. I hope you got something from this video, and stay tuned for the video this weekend. All the best. Take care. Bye. All right, guys, I have a special announcement to make now from Stratocaster Land. If you want to get $50 off any products from Jigsaw Trading, use my coupon code CVJigsaw in the description below. All right, guys, cheers.